All right. All right. Good evening. My name is Larry, and I'm a grateful recovering addict. All right. So I'm gonna do my best I can tonight. I feel like I'm kind of burned out because I spoke the other day at IVRS, which it was my first time, but it was cool because it was a big crowd like this, and I got to see one of the guys' program complete in their ceremony, so it was pretty interesting. But um, I'm no different from you guys. Hopefully that you guys will be able to see a little bit of something in me that you guys possess, because I normally see that in you guys as well, and that's what keeps me coming back every day. All right. So first, I would like to say that I want to thank my higher power for giving me the opportunity today to be here and speak to you guys. But not only that, I just completed 10 years this month. Yeah, those double digits. It's still setting in, but you know what? It's an accomplishment for me in life that I never thought I could get. Because I've done a lot of things in life that I'm proud of. I was proud either way, whether I was doing it good or I was doing it bad. But doing it good today is like I could never push no more than 9 months. That was the highest I ever went, and a couple of weeks was like the lowest I ever went. You know what I mean? But that's because I always sold myself short. Okay, I was the first one to give up on myself. I never really tried because I already knew what was coming. Straight up, that's the way it was. That's the way it came, and I knew once I picked up, I wanted to get in those handcuffs as fast as I could because I knew it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time, and I hate the anticipation of waiting for when it was going to happen. So I looked for something really quick, and I managed to get there as fast as I could. But just to tell you guys a little bit about myself, I come from a family that all alcoholics from my mom's side, drug addicts, and gang affiliation from alcoholics from my dad's, and that from my mother's side. My mom always used to tell me growing up, hey, you're an Alonso, you're not a Garcia because you act just like your grandfather, your uncles, and all your cousins. So I don't know if that from an early age kind of resonated in me, and I was like, okay, well, if that's what I'm told, maybe that's how I got to portray myself. So early on, as a little boy growing up, I was a bartender for the family. I always ran to the refrigerator, whether they needed it or not, but I knew I did because I had beers in the closet. And when they were drunk and weren't even paying attention no more, it was my time to shine. And I got drunk in my closet and went to bed. So I started picking up these habits early on in life. And before I even got to even realize, I didn't even know it till just, coming into the rooms that I was already an alcoholic. When they say you're born an alcoholic, it's not like the disease is in you. You just kind of inherit that shit over the years from watching your family, and it's a learned behavior. And you tend to always pick up and use. So that's what I did. I've seen a lot of that going on with the family. I've seen the drug use. I've seen my uncles, my grandfather recently just the county jail back at home told him that's it, no more. You can't rack up tickets all year long, turn yourself in Christmas and call it good. So and that was my grandfather's get down. He did heroin all his life, man. And so those are the things that that the family did, and I got to see and I got to witness. But unfortunately, a lot of them are not even here to get to see this. But for me, it was going in and out of jails and institutions and stuff like that. And growing up through school, growing up and going into school at an early age, I was using. I wouldn't go to school. I'd go to a friend's house. We'd do some lines and then drink some vodka and then go to school. That was my get down. That was my day. Or sometimes I'd go to school and I wait for my friend to call the principal's office and say, "Hey, we got a family emergency. Tell Larry to be outside." And I already knew I was going to a ditching party and we'd go get it, drunk and high. So that's how my life was taken toll. Like most of us here, my institutional life started at 15. I was already violent and angry. I was already fighting. I was already taking my anger out on people because I didn't know any better. I didn't know what was going on. I had a lot of inside trauma. I had a PTSD inside of me that I had no clue whatsoever. I just knew that I had to release that anger, the scaredness, the bitterness, the remorse, the guilt, the shame, all that shit. I needed to let it out on something or somebody. And that's how I became who I thought Larry was. And throughout the years as my addiction progressed, the illness, the disease got stronger inside of me. I got a little angrier, faster, more violent, easier, and those were the things that I thought were cool, that I thought people liked to see out of me. That and they did for certain reasons, but only selfishness. I heard one night they said, "Hey, get Larry some beer because when he gets drunk, he gets stupid and crazy." I caught that night, and I heard it loud and clear. But to me, the disease said, "Hey, who gives a shit? You're getting 240s. Say, let's get drunk. Let's do what we got to do and go home." And I did, And but that stuck with me and that stood with me. Um, I never ever made a promise to myself. Really, I never loved myself. I never cared about myself. I cared about everybody else. So it was easy for me to always be the receiving end of the bullshit, the short end of the stick, and always being the one to receive the punishment for whatever the case was. And I always find myself in situations and the county prayer. God, get me out of this one. I swear I'll sober up. God, get me out of this one. I swear I won't do no more dope. Hey, God, get me out of this one. I swear I won't put my hands on nobody no more. I swear I'm done. That's it. I'm through. And it seemed like he heard me, but I think I got those. I think I got that for me to start realizing that he was there. He never abandoned me. He never let me go. He was giving me the opportunity to right my wrongs, and I never did. I took it for granted, but I wasn't ready. So, as time went on, I started getting into deeper shit. The jails, the prisons. I have prison terms here. I'm from El Paso. I have terms out there, and come to realize that it never made a difference. I was more happy inside than I was on the street because I didn't know how to function out on the street. I was scared of the streets. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like this shit out here. It was too fast, too crazy, too disrespectful. Don't you know what the fuck you're doing, man? Hey, look at what you just did. Look at what's going on over here. I only knew how to be structured from the inside, and that's all I liked. That's all I cared, and I liked the validation from the homies and the shit that I used to do. It was an adrenaline rush, and I liked doing things like that. And it's only because I was lost in addiction, and all I needed to do was just to make myself feel better. And subconsciously, that's all I did. You know, I have 4 kids, and I didn't raise either one of them. And I'll be the first one to tell you I'm a deadbeat dad. I accept it and I embrace it, and it hurts like hell. And when I talk to a lot of little homies and I see the road they're going down and the things they're doing, and I tell them, hey man, you might want to pump your brakes a little bit, trust and believe what I'm telling you, because I hope you never get to feel what I feel. And that shit hurts, you know. Um, I thank the Lord every day that my daughter's stuck by my side. My oldest boys, they don't want nothing to do with me. They came by, they said their piece, and they pretty much said, "Fuck off, dude. I don't want you around me." You know, we don't have a dad, and we want to leave it like that. All right, cool. I love you. I'll always be here. Just know that. I'm here. I want to build a new relationship with you guys because I bailed out on you guys when you guys were little. But I thank the Lord today that you know what I did, because you guys got careers. You guys have good paying jobs. For the past 30 years of your guys' life, I've been in and out of prison. Now, I never would have wished that upon you guys, and I thank God that you never followed my footsteps and I didn't raise you to be like me. Straight up. I would never wish that upon you. I would never do it to anybody, even a worst enemy, somebody I don't like, because I didn't like what I had to go through. I didn't like the things I had to do. I didn't like the things that fucked my mind up. A lot of us don't stop and think about PTSD and the type of trauma we create for ourselves. But things we do today, the shit we put ourselves in, that's a lifelong terminal illness. That is something that we're scarring our minds with, our hearts and our souls with. And that's what the only reason why that revolving door keeps spinning. And it keeps going and going and going. And if you allow yourself to get so lost in it, it'll never stop spinning. Right now, you are in the position, I swear on everything I love, and I got love for all you guys too. Think about it. Grasp that fucking seat you're sitting on right now with both hands and think to yourself, what is going to happen when I get the fuck out of here? What am I going to do when I program complete? Because let me tell you something. When I was in that seat and I program completed from here, 4.5 months, I picked up another term. And this is why I tell you this. And I came back for a second round, and that's when I got my shit together. So this is why I come today and I give this back to you guys and I talk to you guys and I give you my experience, hope, and strength, because I get more gratitude out of seeing you guys succeed in life and not continue to go through the fucking pain and misery. That's all that is. Let me share a little something with you real quick, okay? Because the last time I got out, before I got out, I spent 1 whole year thinking about, what is Larry going to do? What am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do different today when I get out to not come back again? Okay? So that's when I started, what am I going to do? What do I do as soon as I get out so that I don't do it again? Let me arrest that shit first, because this is the normal route I take when I get out. So then I remember sitting there one day and I grabbed a tablet and I wrote a goals list, short-term to long-term, and I wrote 3 long-term goals, 3 short-terms that hits each goal. That's 9, right? 15 total. But I needed not to get a job when I got out, because every time I got a job, what did Larry do? Fucking ran like a motherfucker. Gone. I have money in my pocket. I got no one to answer to. Let me go. Let me run wild until it's all out and there's no more. I like the attention from the women. I like to drink. I like to use drugs, and I like to neglect my family. That was the best thing I did for myself in life then. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care about me, so why should I care about you? I disrespected everybody. And I didn't care. I just didn't care. So then I was like, okay, so if I'm not going to get a job, what am I going to do? Okay, so I'm not going to work. I'm going to continue to go through programs. I'm going to do programs, and I'm going to wait till the opportunity knocks. Better yet, I'm going to let go and let God. Yeah. Can you do that? Can you let go, let God, sit there quietly and be patient till you get an answer? Because you might not get it tonight, and you probably won't get it tomorrow, and you're not going to get it next month or next year. Who knows? But as long as you keep that shit in your mind and you continue to seek an answer and you consistently keep that relationship with them, you'll get it. You will get it. And it took me quite a few years to become accustomed to that, but now I can, only because I've been managed to stay truthful to myself and love me and continue to stay on my recovery. I kind of drifted away for a while, but I used my union as my sanctuary, as my recovery. And through my union, I was blessed with a committee called the Mentors Program, which I in return help out new apprentices to get into the trade, into the carpenters union, and I give them information. Like I'm giving here tonight, I give it to them from the field, resources, not to give up on themselves, how to stay strong, how to stay motivated, how to stay employed. What are the things that we have to offer for you not to give up on yourself again? You see, it's the same shit. Apprentices get into the trade, they get 2 checks, they think the world's over. With us, we come to recovery, we feel we can't do it, we sell ourselves short, and we run back to the streets. So those were the balances I had, and that's how I kept that portion of my recovery going. Because like they say, you can't keep what you got by not giving it away, right? So I did it inside my local. I'm out of local 213. I'm a carpenter. I'm interior systems. I build monuments. That's shit right there. You know, I've built condominiums that sold for $24 million a unit. I've helped build the new Clipper Stadium. I built a 45-story skyrise. I'm at a 60-story skyrise right now. I help build hospitals, you know, children's hospitals. See, now I give back through my trade to the community that I used to rob and cheat and steal from all the time. That's a blessing, and that I love every day. And I do what I love, and I do it with my bare hands. And I walk into a room like this, and at the end of the day, this place is made into 4 fucking rooms, you know, and I take pride in that. And with that, through these rooms, it wouldn't be possible because it taught me how to be strong and how to believe in myself and how to stay truthful to myself and stay on track. You see, the goals that I had were just that, because one of my short-term goals was to get into to the Carpenters Union. And when I went through the program through ARC, the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, that gave me the training, I had a carpenter sticker on the back of my hard hat. I was offered concrete, laborers, all that. I told them no. I said, hell no, I want to be a carpenter. All right, get out of here. We're going to give you a job. That's cool. It's not what I want. You see, today I don't do things that I don't want to do that's going to make me miserable. I'll sit and wait. Nah, gracias, thank you. I'll just keep pushing or just let it pass me by. For what? I used to do that shit all my life and it never got me nothing. So now I get to build these things, you know, and I have medical insurance. You know, I have money in my pocket. I got a credit card. I got a bank account. I never had none of that. I got a fucking driver's license. I do. My driver's license was taken away from me at 15 years old. The judge said, fuck you, man. You're too much of you're hell on wheels, Larry. 15 years old, deeming you a menace to society already because we cannot handle you. You're here every fucking month. You're with new charges all the time. You're always doing something wrong. I didn't even get a learner's permit. I wasn't even given the opportunity to have a license till 18 years old. And I didn't get it till 19. At 21, they jacked it away from me again, and I didn't get it back to 45. 51, homie. 51. I can give you a fucking life full of stories, I mean. I've been through hell and back quite a few times. You know, I've been left for dead, I've been shot, I've been beat up, I've been stabbed, all that shit. But that all comes because of addiction, the disease, false information, you know? That's a facade given to us by the streets, the code that the streets provides to you to live by. I get it, you know? Those are the true hard facts, man. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to sit here and paint you a story that's not true because I've been there, done that. And when I got to the point already where it's like, fuck, enough is enough, man. I can't do this no more. And when I cried and I sat there and I yelled and I looked up into the sky and I told God, take the wheel. I'm done. I'm straight done. I don't know what to do no more. My way doesn't fucking work. It doesn't. I've given you 27 years of insanity and I haven't fucking figured it out. Do with me what you will. I'm yours. Allow me to see what I can't see because I've been blinded by insanity this whole time. Let me hear what you're trying to tell me because I haven't been able to hear it. And ever since then, I started working on myself and I've developed a little bit of more strength. And then when I got to step 4, which I didn't think I was ever gonna fucking end. Oh, don't trip, it's cool. We'll blow through this real quick and we'll move on. 1 fucking year later. A year, 4. Step 4 alone. But you know what? I am so glad that I had to endure and go through that because when it started out with 1 person, that person turned into 3, and that 3rd person turned into 5 more, and then he turned into 20, and yeah. And those are amends, and those are things that I had to learn. But you know what? It taught me my character defects. It showed me who Larry became throughout from day 1 all the way up to the present day. Okay, when this happens, this is the shit that follows. When you go through this, this is what's going to happen next. When you do this to them, this is how they react. When you go get this, this is the outcome of that day. So now when I see that happening or I start feeling that, I pump my brakes. I stop. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go left because I always went right, which I thought was right, and it never worked for me. Never did. And that's how today I can manage to keep my sanity through a lot of this shit. A lot of it. A lot of us in here are not aren't even hearing it or don't even want it. That's just the way it is in recovery. There's a lot of people sitting in here right now that are probably saying, fucking full of shit, you're weak, you're soft. Whatever, I don't give a shit. That softness earned me $116,000 last year through my union. Yeah. I pay fucking taxes now. They don't give me my taxes. I pay that shit. 3 years already, man. I've been paying taxes because I make over 80,000. But you know what? This tax season for last year, I had no idea. You told me you got to pay back 4,000 and some change. What the fuck? What do you mean? He goes, well, look at how much you made. I was like, God damn, no way. You see, because I'm accountable, reliable, and responsible, and I didn't care about that dollar amount. I just knew I had to be there every fucking day because that building doesn't build itself. You know, people will build it or I'm going to build it, and I'll be damned if you're going to take that shit from me. So I fight every day. You know what I mean? You have to be, it is a selfish program. Straight up. As long as you're being selfish in a positive perspective. You know? There ain't nothing wrong with that. Like people say, yeah, your pride and ego. There ain't nothing wrong with being prideful. It's when you let that motherfucker interfere with your pride that those two are deadly. So when you can sever your ego from your pride, because it's like that devil and the angel, right? Pride and ego. Look at it like that. Straight up. Nah, fuck that. Don't do it. Nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? Catch yourself listening to yourself, fighting and arguing in your own head, you know what I mean? But that's because you're listening to yourself. You're trying to make a better judgment today. You're making a conscious decision. You're not subconsciously reacting. You see, we're all programmed to subconsciously just react. We don't know how to respond until we learn that shit. And that's when conscious thinking starts taking place. I didn't know that. And that's the truth. I had to learn that shit the hard way. You know, I had a sponsor who used to make me write. And I think at first I kicked my own ass because he's all, do you like writing essays? I ain't afraid to write. I'll write you a fucking book. Cool. I want a 2,000 word essay while you're not afraid to write. By the morning. Here we go. Why am I not afraid? And then why am I doing this wrong? 5,000 for this and 3,000 for that. And then one day I fucking threw the paper on the bench. I'm like, here, man, fuck. He goes, why are you mad? Because you're writing? I thought you weren't afraid. But then he saw, hey, I'm not trying to be bigger, better than you, or boss you around or nothing like that, Larry. I just want you to understand that when you go home, I'm fucking making sure you stay there. I don't want to see you again. No more. Twice is enough. The third time you might not get a chance to go home and you'll be here with me for the rest of your fucking life. Is that what you want? Nah. Then start paying attention, man. When you go out into the streets and the crosswalk says stop, fucking stop. That's it. Want to repeat that? When the stop sign says stop, fucking stop. When the little green man comes on, he goes, Larry, proceed. Is that hard? No. Just little things like that. He used to tell me, he used to fuck with me, but it would slap the shit out of me. And it would wake me up, you know? And I couldn't hug them. 5 more minutes, you know, and I couldn't hug him, you know? I didn't know how to hug another man, yet alone tell him I love him. It took me about a year to finally put my arm down, and then I did that little, oh, okay. Yeah, like, and then look around like, what? Who caught that shit? No. Did you see that? I didn't see shit. All right. So, but it was slowly but surely working on myself. That's all you got to do. Just challenge yourself. You told me one day, go back tonight. I don't give a shit how long it takes or how fast it is. Look in the mirror. Have you tried that? No, huh? Can you sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of what you see and then turn around and push forward and know that you're going to be a better person tomorrow? Because look, whatever you're doing today, all you have to do tomorrow is the same shit to continue to keep your recovery going. That's it. I was telling the guys the other night, you know that the fucking hardest part is over? You know what that is? You know what the hardest part is? Getting clean and sober. That was the hardest fucking part. Now tell me, when were you able to stop? Right? Right? Because that shit grabs your ass and it holds on to you and it don't want to let go. And it tells you, fuck that. Don't quit. For what? There ain't shit over there waiting for you. Stay right here. Oh, you want to go to work every fucking day and bust your ass for nickels and pennies? They're going to tax the shit out of you anyway. Stay here, go do a lick, be happy for a while. Sell yourself short. Give up on yourself. Don't love yourself. Fuck that. Who cares? I don't. You don't. That's what the disease tells you. That's how it talks to you. That's why we're able to just fucking give up on ourselves. But today I get up every day. As soon as that alarm clock goes off, I'm up and running. I get up and go. I don't give myself a break. I'm up all day. I do whatever it takes. I got a little Honda that takes me to work. I pay $2,300 for cash. Had it for 5 years already. Still running hard. And through that little Honda, I bought myself a truck. I got airbags on it, nice wheels. It's fixed up. I play with it. That's my toy. And I get to play with these things on the weekend. And I get to do things I've never done. I get to go eat what I want. I get to go buy whatever the fuck I want. Friday comes around, I take the cover off the truck. I start wiping her down. Park the car in the back. She sits back there and chills all weekend, has a rest from all week. And then I play with my truck. That's what I do. I have a dog that's 110 pounds. A fucker's a horse. He eats like crazy. But I love him and he loves me, and I'm able to take care of him. I can do for him today what I couldn't do for my kids back then in addiction. You see? That's the difference for me in life today. That's the things I get to do today. We got a house now. I used to couch surf on everybody's couch. Eat all their shit in the house and then leave and go to the next one. Now I go home. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Got the dogs running around, got a yard. Yeah. And that comes through this. Now, check it out. I know I got a few minutes, but you can do it. We all have problems, right, in life. And right now we go through and we struggle through things. 1, 2, and 3, you can use that shit on anything in life. Use that. Why? Are you powerless and unmanageable? Get the higher power, listen to what he has to say, and fix it. Period. Use those. That's what they're there for. But 1, 2, and 3, I use on, because that's what I was taught. That's how I was able to stay like that. And remember, your mind's a powerful thing, right? Powerful. Do you remember how much dope you were doing your last run? Oh, yeah. Yeah? How long have you been clean now? 9.5. Okay. Do you think you'll be able to handle that same amount when you leave here? No. That's how people die. You don't think because the disease tells you, wow, come on, you were doing this shit, man. Go to fucking rehab, you get soft. But guess what? This is gonna fuck up your next high, guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah, you know that shit. It's already touched you. It's already touched you. You probably already had that going on. You're like, nah, man, I'm gonna fuck all this up because I've already been there. So was he. You know, so you know what's up. Now it's time to just fix that shit. Learn from it, move forward. That's it. You know, life is fucking so much happier on this side, man. So much easier. So much easier, man. I never thought I could do it until I finally took some simple suggestions, came back, and started my steps. You know, when life gets hard, I may have not hit a meeting for 4, 5, 6 months, but I'll tell you what, I'm the first motherfucker running to that meeting that night. And it's always on a Friday and Saturday because I know those are the most deadly days for me. And I sit in the front and I stay quiet and I listen. Or I use my phone and I call a friend and I meet him at a meeting. I ain't going out again. I may be like quite a few of you in here. I'm a two-striker too. I'm one bad decision away from fucking giving my life away. 5 years, I've managed to keep a job and I couldn't keep it for 2 weeks or a week. And I'm making damn good money today. So thank you guys for allowing me to be here with you guys.